and welcome. This is Yoga for Cancer, and I'm Rebecca. And it's great to see everybody. Lovely, lovely, as always. So let's take a seat and take a moment to find comfort in your seat. Allow the body to settle, dropping into your support, feeling a sense of grounding, of being planted, rooted in place. And then a sense of growing from this base so that you reach the crown all the way up towards the sky. Finding some length, finding some stability in the center of the body so that everything else can relax and let go. Allow your eyes to close or take a soft gaze. And continue to notice your sensory environment. What are you feeling beneath your feet, beneath your fingertips? What are you seeing? And what are you hearing in your space? Can you notice sounds that are close by and also further away? And then bring your attention more deeply inward to your own breath, noticing maybe for the first time today that the body breathes without any input from us. But we can notice the breath, we can focus on the breath, and we can change the breath. And by changing it, have some control over our physical state and our mental and emotional state. And so we practice. So allow the breath to deepen, relaxing in the middle body, softening the belly to receive the fullness of the breath. Exhaling to release the breath completely. Allow everything on the outer edges of the body to be relaxed. Let the shoulders drop. Let the knees drop, hips soften. Let the belly expand as the breath fills, releasing and letting go of each exhale. Breathing into the belly will grow the breath. Breathing down first, belly fills, and then the ribs expand, finding the depth and the width of the breath. Exhaling and letting it go. Inhaling into belly, ribs, and then heart lifts at the top of the inhale. Hold for just a moment, feeling the sense of fullness, and then let it go, releasing completely. Inhaling again to fill belly, ribs, heart, center. Reach the crown taller. Let the breath help you grow. As you exhale, let the breath go, but keep the spaciousness. Keep that sense of height and openness in the inner body. And keep with this three-part Dirga breath for several repetitions. Use this moment as an opportunity to notice what's here today, what's showing up. Without any judgment and with lots of compassion. Let's take 5 more breaths at your breath speed. And after your fifth or so breath, relax control, settling back into your natural breath, noticing if it feels different than when we started just a moment ago. We'll move into our sun breaths. Inhaling, allow the arms to float up, palms up. Exhale, turn palms down and softly release arms down. Continue moving with your breath speed. Noticing how the movement is affected by the breath. Can you feel the lift that the inhale gives, lifting your arms? Can you feel the dropping down, the settling of the exhale? A few more like this, connecting movement and breath. And this or the next time that arms are coming down, drop the right and come up and over with the left. Stay for a breath, opening the side body. Curl on the exhale and then inhale and come up and over. Of course, bring your arms to where they feel comfortable. We just want to feel an opening in the side body. Use the inhale to come up and over and keep moving side to side, taking one or more breaths on each side, finding space in the inner body and the side body. One or two more, once to, or twice to each side. And after this next one, come back through center and pause. Come back for just a moment to your three-part breath, breathing into belly, ribs, all the way up to the collarbones. Long, smooth exhale. Notice if you feel any more space in the inner body just from this movement of the shoulders and the movement in the side body and the ribs. And now we'll take it into a twist and see how that changes the breath. We'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn to the right. Stay for a breath, get tall. Exhale, just turn and look over your shoulder. Don't crank, you don't need to use your hands. Inhale, coming back through center, and exhale to the other side. Find the space through the inhale and deepen the twist with the exhale. Take your time moving from side to side, noticing if the twist gets deeper with each breath. But don't take it too far. Just find comfort in warming up the spine. This or the next time that you come through center, release arms down. Got all these things in the way today. I'm making some space for myself. Let's inhale and open wide. Exhale, left arm on top. Stack your elbows and give yourself a hug. Maybe roll from side to side. Pause in the center and take a deep breath. See if you can open between your shoulder blades. Exhale, drop your elbows towards the floor. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, reach and open wide, and then other arm on top. Stack your elbows. Rock again. Notice if it's different this way. Inhale in place and exhale, drop elbows down. Inhale and lift them up. Exhale, open. Big inhale here and release. Of course, anytime we're working with our arms, we're opening up across these stuck places, potentially stuck places, and creating some space and also moving lymph through our bodies. I know that there are restrictions, so please work in your own comfortable range of motion. Don't try to force anything, but do try to move. The movement is helpful. So just find what works for you, finding some space. Okay, we're going to move into tabletop today. So if tabletop is not working for you, then you can always come onto your back or sit up in a chair. But if you're working with tabletop, go ahead and find your comfortable position on knees and hands, or knees and forearms, or even knees and fists. Some people like to have their fists down. Take a moment to find a long spine. Inhale and feel the movement in opposite directions, tailbone and crown away from each other. Exhale in place, and now we'll move into cat and cow, although cow comes first. Inhaling, raise the crown and tailbone, let the belly soften. Exhale, tuck the tail, draw the belly in, and release the head. Start with the tail lifting, roll through the middle of the spine, and gently look up. Start with the tail tucking. Exhale, bring the abdomen in and up. Let the head go. Take your time moving through your cat-cow. You can definitely do this seated, finding length and movement in the spine. One or two more, and then make your way back to neutral. Feel your hands solidly against the ground, or your elbows or forearms or fists. And for a moment, just see if you can drop in between your shoulders. Can you see this motion that I'm making? I'm softening and making a hollow between my shoulder blades. And then I'm pressing past and making a broad space between my shoulder blades. Just a couple like this. We call this plank plus. I'm not sure exactly why. And come to stillness. Extend your right leg behind you, toes curled under. Press back and stretch. Opening up the foot, the calf. Stay here or inhale and raise the leg, pressing out through your heel. Draw the belly in and up. Try not to sag. Really find your strength. Hold here or inhale and then exhale and draw the knee in towards center. Inhale and press away. Two more like that. Exhale in. Inhale, reach. Exhale in. And inhale, reach long. Keep the leg long and bring toes down. We'll pivot, dropping the heel. Bring the other foot behind you like a kickstand, and we'll open into a modified side plank. Stay here, stacking shoulders over each other. Or, if it would feel good, reach long overhead, maybe extending the top leg. One more breath wherever you are, then lower foot, hand, knee. Shift from side to side. And then press back into child's pose. Knees can be wide or closer together. Try to release your arms, maybe turning palms to face up. Relax your head down towards the mat. If the floor is far away, maybe you can take a block and place just your forehead on top so you can still extend your arms. Open and close your hands, making fists. and then stretching them wide. Settle for 3 breaths with long exhales. 2 more. Last one. Press into your hands and come back up. We have one more side to do. Make sure knees are underneath your hips. And let's extend the left leg, toes down first to find the stretch through the foot and ankle. Inhale and raise the leg just to hip height. Try to balance your hips so I could come and place, if I could come to your house, and place a teacup on your sacrum and it wouldn't spill because your hips are both pointing down. Stay here to build strength, or inhale, reach long, and exhale, draw that knee in towards center. Look down at the knee. Inhale and reach back behind you. Exhale, knee comes in. Last one, inhale, reach. Exhale in and extend the leg, bring toes down. We're going to pivot again, dropping the heel. Bring the other foot behind you like a kickstand. Come up on to one hand and open into your side plank. Stay here or try finding the long reach, which you can also do just by reaching through the crown of the head. Press out through your foot if you're reaching. Maybe arm is overhead. One more breath, and then slowly and carefully make your way back. Shift from side to side and find your child's pose once more. Trying to let go as much as possible. Arms in a relaxed pose, maybe fingers waving, palms up. Take your time, and when you're ready, come up and grab your blocks if you have them handy, or something that you can place your hands on for support. We're going to work with some knee down lunge. So I like to have my hands on blocks. It makes it more comfortable for me. And let's step the left foot forward in between the blocks, but close to the left hand block. Begin to shift your hips forward so that your knee is right over your ankle. Then begin to rock forward and back, opening up the front of the hip, the back of the leg. I feel like this is like oiling up, getting things moving. And this, or the next time that you come forward, pause here, bring one hand to your knee, maybe the other hand rests here, or lifts up. Oh, that feels good. Inhale, maybe the other arm comes up. Maybe the arms are out. What feels good here? Let's all inhale and take arms out. Exhale and find eagle arms, stacked elbows. Stay here or try lifting elbows up. Press down through your front foot and draw the heel back to help engage for stability. Inhale and open wide. Exhale, other arm on top. One breath here. And then release hands to blocks, and we'll switch sides. Step the right foot forward. Press the hips forward and check your alignment, knee over ankle, and then begin to rock. Noticing if this side is different. Noticing what the challenges are here. I failed to say this way back when we got on our knees, but always be careful and take cushioning underneath your knees to make this comfortable or more comfortable. Inhale, coming forward, hand to knee, maybe stack or raise one and then the other arm. Open the heart. Keep pressing down through the front leg and try to keep the knee tracking right over the toes. Sometimes people's knee starts to drop in or drop out. Try to keep it nice and hip distance and pointing straight ahead. Inhale, open wide, and exhale, grab opposite shoulders. Inhale, lift elbows up. Exhale, back to place. Inhale, open, and other arm on top. We'll stay for one breath here. Inhale, open and release, hands to blocks. Now stay with me. Curl back toes under. Press up through your lunge and step your other foot forward, coming into a forward fold. Knees are bent, spine is long. Hands to your knees to slowly walk all the way up. Beautiful. Find your Tadasana. Rocking forward and back, maybe shifting side to side. Come to stillness in your Tadasana. Reaching tall through the crown of the head and settling into your feet. Let's do a few sun breaths here. Inhale up. And this time we'll close to heart center. Exhale, close. Inhale, come up and around. Look at your thumbs. And exhale, draw hands to heart center, look down. One more. And exhale, down. Beautiful, shake out. We're going to work with our chair pose today. So if you like to work with a block and you have one that's soft, you can place it either between your thighs or I like it between my shins. Here, I'll turn this way so you can see. I like it right between my shins, underneath my my knees. Okay, standing up nice and tall. If you have a block, squeeze in towards center. Find your Tadasana here. Reach down through your fingertips, up through the crown of the head. We're going to come into 3 chair poses in sequence. We'll have different arm movements, and you can choose what works best for you. Inhale in place. Exhale, begin to send your tailbone behind you, hinging at the hips. Knees are bending, but they're staying over your ankles. Hands come to your knees. Look down and make sure you can see your toes. Right, so pretty much shins are coming straight up, a little bit of a bend. Then we're angling back here and then angling forward with a long spine. Reach the tailbone in one direction, the crown of the head in the other. And breathe. Big inhale, exhale, and see if you can settle just a little bit lower. Keep squeezing in, especially if you have a block. One more breath, and then press into your feet. Inhale, and come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here to catch your breath. Keep squeezing in if you have that block. You can also do it with a cushion or a roll of paper towels, but not with a soup can. Squeeze in, find your breath. Inhale here. Exhale, send your hips behind you, hinging at the hips, squeezing in. Look down and see if you can see your toes. Maybe you need your hands to come back to your knees, or maybe they can stay here at heart center. Inhale in place, get long in the spine. Exhale, maybe you can sit down just a little bit further. One more breath, And then inhale and press all the way up. And exhale, release arms down. So that's versions 1 and 2. You can do either of those, hands to the knees, hands to heart center, or this time we're going to reach overhead. So inhale in place, find your mountain, round through your feet, reach down through finger toes, reach up, fingertips, reach up through the crown of your head. Inhale here. Exhale, send hips behind you, arms in front. This is sometimes called thunderbolt pose, and you can see why in this position. I can still see my toes. My knees are back. I'm reaching back through my tailbone and sits bones, long spine, reaching through the crown of the head, fingertips. Inhale here, exhale. Maybe you can sit a little bit lower. One more breath and inhale. Woo, press up and exhale. Release arms down. Phew, good workout. Remove the block, shake out. Come to stand a little bit wider on your mat. I'm going to work with a side bend, a half moon. Now again, hands can be at your hips, at heart center, or you can inhale, arms overhead. I'll come back a little further. Interlace your fingers and release your index finger. Reach up to get tall. Try to tuck your hips under you so you're not, sticking your butt out behind you. Standing up nice and tall. And exhale, come over to one side. Stay for a breath. And use an inhale to come up through center. We'll do that again. Inhale to grow tall and exhale, come over to the side. Sorry. Maybe you'd like a hand on your hip for more support. Inhale through center and exhale to the other side. Stay for a breath, opening the side body. Inhale through center and last time to the other side. Find your side bend. Next inhale, come up through center. Release the arms, walk the feet in. Bring hands in front of you, palms facing each other. Let's inhale and spread palms wide apart, stretching through the hand, through the fingers. Exhale, make a soft fist. Inhale and stretch. And exhale, soft fist. Open to bear claws. See, like this little bend at the tips of the fingers. Inhale, stretch. Exhale to bear claws. Inhale in place, exhale, soft fist. Inhale, stretch, soft fist. Stretch, bear claws. Stretch, bear claws. Soft fist, bear claws. Soft fist, stretch. Soft fist, stretch, bear claws. Stretch, soft fist, stretch, and shake it out. And release. Okay, we are going to work, if you haven't guessed this already, we're going to work with eagle pose. So if you have blocks or sturdy little cushions that you can bring, take them at the outsides of your feet at hip distance apart. Bring your hands to your hips. I'm going to teach you the legs, and then we've already worked with some of the arms. We'll do a little more with the arms, and then we'll put it all together. So from here, standing up nice and tall, inhale, shift your weight into your right foot, and lift the left foot up and over. Bring your ball of the foot or toes to the block. So you've got one leg is crossing over the other. Stay here, squeezing your thighs together, or begin to move into a version of chair pose. So my standing leg knee is bending, pressing forward towards my top knee, and I'm beginning to sit back, reaching long through the spine. Hold here. And then press into the standing leg, inhale, and come all the way up. Excellent. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see for the next side. Okay, so that was standing on the right leg, so now we'll stand on the left. So bring your weight into your left leg. Inhale the right leg up and over. So I'm crossed over. The ball of my foot is resting on the block. I'm standing up nice and tall. Stay here and squeeze in, or begin to sit back. See, I'm bending my standing leg, pressing it forward into the already bent knee above it. I have a long spine. I'm moving my hand so you can see. Sitting back, pressing, making a bind by pressing my knees, my knee and calf towards each other. Hold for a breath, and then press to stand up straight and release. So when we take a bind like that, where we're pressing two parts against each other, it really helps with stability and building strength. So let's come back to the eagle arms. We did one version a couple of times today, the hug, stacking elbows, grabbing opposite shoulders. This is version 1, and this is a really good version. You can stay here, or you can choose to bring your hands up and press the backs of hands together, right? Find that place where you can press in to the backs of hands to create a little bit of that bind feeling. So this is another version. Come back to crossed, arms around and elbows stacked. And then the next version, we keep the elbows stacked and then bring our forearms up. And the goal is to be able to interlace and press your palms together. Now I can't quite do that. I can sort of grab one thumb with the other hand. But I get a nice squeeze in, and you'll see in a moment how the squeeze in will then allow us, as we release and open, to help move lymph through the body. So the squeeze in presses the lymph out of the tissue, and then as we release, it moves through the body. Okay, let's inhale and open wide, and we'll do the other arm on top. So you have to remember. So version 1 is just staying right here and squeezing in towards center. Version 2, you cross your forearms and press backs of hands together. For version 3, come back to stacked elbows, and then bring your forearms up. Okay. Breathe in and out. Feel that squeeze, and then inhale and release. Exhale and lower. If you don't have good mobility on both sides, then find a position, even if it's just a hand to your chest, a hand to the other shoulder with one arm down. Find a position where you can get the sense of squeezing in towards center, even just here. Find something that will work in your body today that will give you the intention of the pose, and then you'll be fully in the pose. So let's put this all together. Starting with the legs, bring hands to your hips. Let's settle in to the right leg. Left leg crosses up and over. Inhale the arms wide, and we'll have the right arm over. So it's left over and then right over. So maybe you stay here, or here, or here. Inhale here, and exhale, draw knees and elbows towards each other, whichever arm position you've chosen. Sit back into your chair pose. Knees are bent, long spine. Squeeze in. One more breath. And then fly, eagle. Release and come down. Okay. Shaking out. Moving to the other side. Find your Tadasana. Feel your stability. Maybe hands to your hips. This time we'll cross right over left. Stay here or begin to find that chair pose. Inhale, arms open. And let's see, we have right over left. So we'll have left over right. Maybe you stay here. Choose your arm position for this side. Inhale in place and exhale. Sit back. Draw knees and elbows towards each other. Yes, this is a balance pose. Squeeze in tight. Squeeze in tight. One more breath and then inhale. Release and let it go. Beautiful. Let's shake out. Have we got one more each side in us? Yes, thumbs up. Anybody? Okay. I'm going to pretend I saw thumbs up because I can't really quite see thumbs from here. Okay, yay. All right, find your mountain pose. Hands to your hips. Shift into the right leg. Left comes up and over. Begin that sitting back. Inhale, arms open. We have left over right, so now we'll have right over left. Find your arm position. Inhale here, exhale, and squeeze in towards center. Squeeze everything together. Inhale into the squeeze and exhale, squeeze a little bit more. One more breath and then inhale, release. Feel all that movement of blood and energy and oxygen, lymph, enervating, enlivening the body. Take a moment if you need it, and then we'll move to the other and final side. Hands to your hips. Shift into the left leg. Right over left. Begin to sit back if you're doing that part. And then left over right. Inhale in place. Exhale and squeeze in tight. Inhale into the squeeze. Squeeze tighter. One more breath. Squeeze and inhale. Release. That feels so good when it lets go, doesn't it? Shake out. Do a little march in place, whatever your body's feeling. Maybe a little hip circles. I've moved my feet out wide and I'm rolling my hips. I'm just doing this because this is what my body is saying. I need this right now. So what is your body saying? Come back to center. If you're doing something to one side, make sure you've worked to the other. Then we'll take our time and slowly make our way all the way down to your back. Maybe stopping to take a sip of water. That's what I'm going to do. And in fact, I will stay up so that I can lead, and you make your way onto your backs. Maybe you'd like to draw your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. Maybe holding one knee at a time and draw one knee to each shoulder, drawing in nice and tight, flattening your low back, rocking side to side. If happy baby is in your practice, reach your arm inside your knee and grab the outside of your foot and draw it back towards your shoulder. One or both feet. And again, rock from side to side, releasing the low back, releasing the effort of the standing sequence. Take another minute or so with whatever curl in you're working with. And then bring your feet down to the mat, knees bent. Walking your feet out the width of the mat, allow your knees to just drop in towards center and rest against each other. So feet are wide and knees are just dropping in. This is one version of constructive rest pose, and it helps the low back and the hip flexors to let go. Stay with me. I hope you can still hear me. All right, so breathe into your constructive rest pose. Feel the expansion of the low back. As the knees come in, it widens the back of the pelvis, right? So that you can soften in the low back and the SI joints. 3 more breaths here, releasing, letting go. And then draw knees back up, keep feet wide, and begin to drop your knees from side to side. So drop them to the right, to the left, inhale up, and drop them to the right. Take your time moving with your breath, dropping the knees to one side on the exhale. Inhale back through center, and exhale to the other side. Inhale back through center. Take a few more breaths here. And this, or the next time that knees are dropping to the right, pause there. Maybe you'd like to turn your head and look away from your knees or towards your knees. Maybe arms are out at a T or in goddess or even down, whatever feels good in your body. Hold in the twist until you're ready to inhale the knees back to center and exhale them to the other side. Softening into the twist. And when you're ready, draw your knees back in towards the heart center. Hug them in. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Now hold on to your right knee and let your left foot come down to the mat. Maybe you keep the left knee bent, or maybe you extend the left leg and press out through the heel. This is along the floor on the mat. Keep drawing the right knee in and reaching with the left. When you're ready, draw the left knee back in, hold on to that knee, and gently release the right foot to the mat. Hug in tight with the left, and maybe you extend the right along the mat, pressing out through your heel. Feel that opposite pull. Stay with it. And maybe switch once more to each side. Take your time. And when you're ready, working to both sides, move into your comfortable position for Shavasana. Take your time. If there's anything else that your body needs before you move into Shavasana, please take it. And then slowly make your way down. Maybe you come in to constructive rest pose. Maybe you have a chair or couch nearby and you bring your lower legs up on to that surface. Maybe you have a bolster or cushions to put under your knees, a blanket to cover you. What helps you to drop into rest? I'll take us through a brief body scan and then let you rest completely. So feel all of your points of connection with the earth below you. With each exhale, settle more and more deeply into the cradle of the earth below you. Feel the sky above like a blanket covering you. Let go in your feet and ankles, calves, knees, thighs, and hips. Let your hips be heavy, belly soft to receive the breath. Relax through the middle body, softening the muscles between your ribs, muscles of the side body. Feel your heart space open in the front and back of the heart. Shoulders heavy to the ground. Allow the arms to rest fully, palms up or down. Unclench your fists. Swallow once and let the throat and neck relax. Release the muscles of the jaw. Feel the tongue heavy in the mouth, resting. Feel the weight of your head gently resting against the earth. Soften the muscles of the face, relaxing the eyes and the space between the eyes and the eyebrows. Broaden your forehead, allowing it to be soft and open. Feel a spaciousness at the crown of the head. Relax, release, and just let go. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing small movements into fingers and toes. I'm going to read this poem by Mary Oliver. August of another summer, and once again I am drinking the sun, and the lilies again are spread across the water. I know now what they want is to touch each other. I have not been here for many years, during which time I kept living my life, like the heron who can only croak, who wishes he could sing. I wish I could sing. A little thanks from every throat would be appropriate. This is how it has been, and this is how it is. All my life, I've been able to feel happiness, except whatever was not happiness. which I also remember. Each of us wears a shadow, but just now it is summer again, and I am watching the lilies bow to each other, then slide on the wind and the tug of desire, close, close to one another. Soon now I'll turn and start for home. And who knows, maybe I'll be singing. Roll to one side, and when you're ready, press into your hands and slowly make your way up to sitting, allowing your attention to stay deeply inward for just another moment or two. We'll seal our practice with 3 chants of Om, one for the summer sun, and one for the lilies, and one for the community we create when we practice together. Bringing hands to heart center, we'll inhale. Om Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and with each